Charlie.
Yeah, I'm here. You can hear me?
Hi, Charlie.
Okay, cool.
Hi, Charlie.
Hi. Okay, so I hope people want to move. I was gonna do a we've just had a break, right? And you've been sitting, so I reckon we should be moving. But I just want to introduce myself briefly. So I run this company called Recovery in Motion. I work in treatment centres, and we just took part in the overdose awareness film as well. So I've been in this field a long time. I'm in recovery myself, and I do this work because it. I mean, mainly it works for me. It's like it's been such an essential part of my recovery, and so it's a passionate thing that I pass on. And so we're going to move. One of the songs is a little upbeat, so we might actually get sweaty and everything. Obviously, do this at your own pace, whatever works for you. And if you're going to sit and watch, then just maybe move your hand. Just move something so that you're part of this. So just to say that this is nothing to do with steps or being in rhythm or anything. This is about you. Whoever you are, finding a way back into your body in a safe, titrated way, to enjoy your body, to feel resourced, to reintroduce yourself to your body and stop being strangers with it. This is a place of a great resource if we let it be a resource. So I'm just gonna do one thing. I'm just gonna put some music on, and I just want to get a thumbs up whether you can hear me and the music at the same time, because otherwise we're in trouble. So is the music? What sort of, do we need to go up with the music or down with the music? Can you hear me or not? Up with the music. Okay. Okay. So I invite you to come away from your screens and to just start to bring some movement into your shoulders. Whether you're sitting, whether you're standing. Almost like you're letting the music come into your shoulders. Moving at your own pace and working out where, is there some crunchy bits that need some more attention, or are you just agile like a mermaid? I don't know why mermaid came into my head, but do you have that agility right now? And as you're doing this, you're probably noticing that you're already breathing a little deeper, so let that keep expanding, and let's come into our elbows, finding all the weird and wonderful ways that our elbow joints can move. Yeah, and if you start giggling, it's just all the better, all the better. And into your wrists and your hands. Maybe making some extra hippie gestures into the camera to include the other people that you're moving with. And just really gently, let's just include our necks and our heads. But keep your eyes open. Right, that's lovely. So we're going to come into our ribs now. And as we move our ribs, we're going to add breath. Like we're expanding the sides of our rib cage. Yeah. Real nice. Sorry, the music did something. And we'll spend a little time on this sense of the spine, right? From the bottom of your head right to your tailbone. I want you to make like a piece of seaweed. like in a gentle ocean, right? It's just like waving you around, just to bring a little bit of movement into the spine. Yeah, very nice. Okay, and let's come into our hips, this pelvic bowl, this power center, and let's make really big circles. Even if you're sitting down, make those really big circles. Nice, and let's come down into our knees. The wonderful, weird world of our knees. Yeah, real nice, everyone. And lastly, but by no means least, let's come into our feet. And just play a little with the ways that your feet can move on the ground. On your heels, on your toes. And then just for the last 30 seconds of this track, let's let your feet take the rest of your body for a little walk in your space. Or if you're on a swivel chair, then you can just like push yourself off with your feet, right? See how far you can get from your desk. That's it. Yeah, I see you. Okay, good. Okay, so this is the track that might get you sweating a little bit, but that's really good. Sweating's really good for releasing shame, mostly, and a little bit of anger. Okay, so let's come back into our shoulder joints. Oh, and by the way, if I'm saying something and focusing on the shoulders and you're like way haying in your hips, then stay there. Be with what you're doing, it's all good. So let's come into the shoulders, and I want you to imagine, you know, like the Tin Man in The Wizard of Oz, and he always gets like really stiff, and so you've got to oil those shoulders. So that's what we're going to do with this song. We're going to use this music to bring like a sense of oiling the joints, loosening the joints. And with your feet, you're going to come up with just a little light bounce. They say that bouncing, this kind of rhythmic shaking, is really, really good for releasing trauma. This is why I use it all the time. So we're going for looseness in every joint. Elbows, wrists, shoulders, hips, knees, ankles, in your neck. So let your movement be as loose and as floppy as you can. Almost like you don't know what your body's going to do next. Like, just let it surprise you. This is a really good way to just clear yourself out, you know, like if you're holding on to anything. Shake it all out. Let it fall out of the ends of your feet, off your wrists and your hands. And if you start to get tired, just keep this movement going, but just like make it smaller. Okay. So now I'd like you to think of or feel into something that you could do with just dropping this afternoon, you know, maybe something that's been bugging you. It might be like a thought in your mind. It might be like a difficult feeling in your body. So you just want to spend a few seconds just locating it. Like, where does this difficulty sit? Where is this thing that you would like to be rid of just now? Where does it sit? And then I want you to imagine that you can literally shake it out of you. Like, no thanks. I don't need you today, not right now. Revisit that tomorrow if necessary. Yeah. Let it drip off your fingers and your toes. Bounce it off your booty. However you want to lose it. So we're creating space by dropping the weight, giving it to the earth. Okay, let's take a big breath. Let's raise our arms to the sky. Yeah. So I want you to imagine, with all this space that you've created from shaking loose what isn't useful to you, I want you to feel into those spaces inside and use your hands to locate the greater space outside of you. And then I invite you to use your hands and follow your hands and start to travel again. Travel maybe away from your desks. Yeah, beautiful. Letting your body make those bigger movements. Those movements that bring in space. That draw in from the goodness that is in the air around you. Yeah. Lovely. And I'm imagining you all, all the ones that haven't got their videos on. I'm imagining you floating beautifully through your rooms. So let's find ourselves just coming a little closer to the camera and finding a gesture of love, a gesture of warmth that you want to offer the other people that you can see and the other people without their screens on. Just, yeah, beautiful, like a repeated gesture. Yeah. I'm here doing my thing, I see you doing your thing. Yeah. Beautiful. And then what I'd like you to do is turn this gesture of goodwill towards yourself. And let yourself move with that sense of goodwill for the last minute or so. Offering yourself the love that you so freely give to other people. Yeah, and letting your movement just slow down beautifully. Almost like we're in this delicious slow motion. What goodness can you wrap yourselves in this afternoon? let's find a finishing gesture just to offer to the group. Oh,